Croeso Sianel Blaid Llwyd. Welcome back to Glory Hounds and back to Schippersburg. What we're doing today is one of the pocket editions. It came out just a few days ago as I'm recording this, so I thought I would make a good one to record today, as I didn't know what I was going to be doing otherwise. And incidentally, I found out reading this I've been mispronouncing Batavia the whole time. Good to know. And Red, if you're watching, I won't be using your preferred pronunciation of Basil. I'll be using mine. Yeah, Basil is what was suggested. Doesn't work if you're British. You know, we're used to saying Basil, as in, Chef put Basil in the ratatouille? Yeah, if you know that one, you know it. So we'll be going with Basil, but Batavia. Good to know. Anyway, let's get into our pockets edition here. And it is number 3, Basil's Big Adventure. I still have to do pocket edition number 1 sometime. We'll try and fit that in. I rushed through the hallway. That shower took a lot longer than it should have, but I really needed a nice warm soak. I just hope I'm not too late for whatever Milo's got in store. We'll have my hide. No time to waste. I head in and... Alex, I am glad to see you. And that's another year off my life. Thankfully, Milo seems to be in good spirits. I looked past him into the foyer. Nothing on fire. No catastrophic spill to clean up. Not even a speck of blood. Raoul's comic books are still perfectly organised. You had an important task for me? I said it was urgent. It is Basil. While his face is as stern and readable as ever, his tone is grim. Is there something wrong with him? Like an aphid infestation or something? Nothing of the sort. He inhales sharply through his nostrils, grind in his beak. He wants to see city sights. City sights? I tilt my head. I thought this was urgent. It is urgent. He has been pestering me to no end. Only now do I spot the bags under his eyes, masked by the black plumage around them. And you can't take him out because... I have duties to be taken care of here. Master Brevard spilled fur growth serum he's developing on carpet, and now carpet must be trimmed. How does that even... You know what? I am not going to ask. And frankly, I want to give earholes the rest they deserve. I will see that you're compensated, of course. Hey, I'll take a free day out on the town. What could possibly go wrong? Barely have those words left my lips when I come to the startling realisation there is a lot that could possibly go wrong when taking an overly excited plant creature as old as time itself out on the town. Is that a yes? He doesn't wait for my reply. Basil, Mr. Leroy is here. Basil comes bounding into the foyer, sporting a backpack that seems several sizes too small for him. The signature stinger colours tell me it's an old one of Raoul's. Hope he's not missing it. Ah, good. Am I gladified to finally see you, Mr. Leroy? Easy there, Basil. Why do you want to go out so bad all of a sudden? Well... He fidgets, his fur like grass bristling. At first I'd made my peace with staying indoors, but the great wilderness, it beckons me. Even now I hear its siren call. The only siren call I ever heard from Schippersburg is car horns and cyclists cussing me out after almost running me over. What is a frequent albroci? And how does one eat it? And what is a museum? A museum is just a place where they put historical items on display. I could take you to Opgedoekt, I guess. Opgedoekt? It's an art gallery, kind of like a museum. Do I get to touch things? They've got some interactive exhibits, yeah. Huzzah! I trust you'll be handling this, Count. You can count on me, Milo. It'll be fun. Oh, this is wondrous. Right, I guess you were in the car when we took you back to the mansion. Welcome to Schippersburg, capital of Batavia. Batavia? The country we live in. Ah, it's very... He inhales and makes a face. Fragrant. There's something you and I agree on. What is that smell? This particular one? That's cheese. Batavia's known for it. What do you do with it? You eat it. Is it of considerable quality? I shrug. Depends on the cheese. I'm more of a sausage guy. Because you prefer the company of men? I mean the food. Maybe. Are you even related? I tip my head to the cheese shop. Basil seemed puzzled. Do you want to try some? I sure would, though I haven't the money to buy a cheese with. It's okay. Look, there's a lady out there handing out samples. You get to have one slice for free. That seems like a rather poor business decision on their part. It's so you can try before you buy. His jaw hangs open for a moment, then slowly closes, his lips thin into a smile. His giant teeth make it look more sinister than endearing. Splendiferous! Here I go! Hello, sir. You look dapper today. Why, thank you. Might I trouble you for a cheese? Of course, sir. It's what I'm here for. What kind of cheese would you like? We have quite a selection. Yeah, I'll take this one, ma'am. The one with the blue spots. I want to warn him, but by the time I open my mouth, he's already popped it into his mouth. This is... He chews. And chews. His eyes grow big. Can I spit it out? The vendor looks at him, confusion clear as day in her eyes. Basil turns to me, a pained expression on his face as he forces a swallow. Ha! That was very disgusting. I put him aside before he can offend the vendor any more than he already has. Have a wonderful day, madam. Thank you for the disgusting cheese. You're welcome? I'm sorry. It's his first day here. He's from a foreign country? Believe me, sir, I've heard worse. How's he finding Batavia? Interesting, for sure. If nothing else, he's at least mastered the art of Batavian directness. That's got to count for something. We continue on our way, and I struggle to keep pace with Basil. He bolts every which way with all the grace of a kid in a candy store. I didn't think he'd be this excited to see the town. He must have been cooped up for a while. Mr. Drozdov and Master Pravard did not think it wise to have me roam liberatedly through the streets. At least not without a chaperone. Well, you've got one. I know this city like the back of my hand. So what would you like to do first? Oh, there's so many options. It's like he doesn't even know what to do with the golden ticket he's been handed. It's kind of cute. Earnest. What are those, Mr. Leroy? He points to the boats in the canal. Oh, those are tour boats. They take you around the city, past all the major sites. Can we go on with them, Mr. Duroy? Sure, and please, just call me Alex. But you're my superior. Mr. Drozdov made me promise. Milo's a bit old school like that. Oh well, let's get you on one of those boats then. Indeed. His excitement is almost contagious. Boy, does this take me back. The last time I've been on one of those must have been at least 20-some years ago. Right after getting adopted. They were a tourist trap even back then, at least according to my dad, but I'd insisted on going. I think I ended up getting seasick and barfing in the canals. Looking at the price list now, my dad was right and then some. These numbers are ridiculous. But Basil gives me a look much like the one I must have given my parents, and I draw my wallet against my will and, frankly, better judgment. If you look to your left, you'll see one of the oldest remaining houses in the city. It's entirely tilted. Before they expanded the underwater districts, a lot of these old houses were built on wooden pile foundations. They're so old they started rotting and shifting. And the soil is kind of marshy. But don't worry, it's not going to fall over or anything. I think. His expression turns from wonder to grave realization in an instant. But I'm made of wood, Mr. Duroy. Do you think I'll rot and tilt like that someday? Well, let's hope not. I put my hands in my pockets and shut my eyes as the tour guide drones on about stuff I've heard a dozen times before. About how the city was founded eons ago, about how the canals were created and eventually became districts of their own, about how Batavians once ate their Prime Minister. At least Basil's enjoying the ride. I don't know what Milo's talking about. This was easy. A good golly! Sir, please stay seated. I crack open an eye. Basil's no longer sitting next to me. Instead, he's leaning over the side of the boat. There's people down there. I get up to yank him away from the edge, but it's too late. A second later and he's fallen into the water. Basil! I expected him to sink, to struggle, but he just floats on his back, bobbing in the water like a smiling fishing lure. The tour guide and other participants just stare at him, stunned. He's, new to the city. Look at me, Mr. Duroy. I'm floating. Wahoo! Well, that could have gone better. I have no idea what you're talking about, Mr. Duroy. That was fantastic. I should very much like to go swimming again soon. And look, they gave me this piece of paper. He holds up his free tour coupon. The Olympics, they were afraid you'd sue them. Now, what does it mean to sue? Shit, how do I explain that? When someone does something you don't like Mr. Drozdov playing his loud music. Does he play loud music? Doesn't sound like the Milo I know. Only when he thinks no one else is in the vicinity. Huh, never knew. He doesn't want you find it out. Especially you, he said. But you just told me. A moment passes and he raises his eyebrows, shaking his head. A drat, I suppose I did. I'm going to be thinking about that for a couple of days. But yes, when someone does something you don't like or when something bad happens and someone else is to blame, you can sue them and depending on whether... But if it's that easy, why don't you, Mr. Dawnhound, go out to fight crime every day? I mean, yeah, in an ideal world we wouldn't have to. But justice doesn't always work the way we want it to. Bad things happen to good people. Good people the law can't or doesn't protect the way it should. But why? I don't know, Basil. That's why we're doing the things we do. Protect the people who can't protect themselves. I see. You sue them right in the face. That's not what it means. As we head closer to downtown Schippersburg, it dawns on me that the weekly market is open today. Hey Basil, you up for checking out the local market downtown? What does one do at one of those? And does it involve another boat ride? I certainly hope not. Imagine dozens and dozens of little stalls selling various goods. Produce, cheese, clothes, you name it, they probably got it. They set up shop once a week. Proper merchants. You won't find an older, more authentic Batavian tradition. Plus, you find some stuff there you don't see in stores. Oh, yes, I must see this market you speak of. I don't know if dragging Basil into a crowd with thousands of people is a good idea. Well, at least he's very much a people person. He looks just enough like a tiger at first glance to not draw too much attention. And there shouldn't be any canals for him to drive into head first. What's the worst that could happen? Don't answer that. Turns out my worries are mostly unfounded. Basil is genuinely fascinated by all the different stalls, asking about every single one we come across. Except the cheese stalls. Can't say I blame him. When we eventually get to some of the florists, Basil stops in his tracks. I must admit, Mr. Duroy, I am still finding myself having to get accustomed to people keeping plants and flowers. Really? What's so strange about that? It seems like such a constrained existence, being potted and kept inside someone's home. Unable to stretch one's roots, unable to drink in the sun's light. I've never really thought of it that way. Flowers mostly just exist to be pretty, don't they? Mr. Duroy, I am appalled. Appalled, I say. I will have you know that every plant, every flower, every fern has a story to tell. Plants tell stories. Sometimes entire novels. Basil walks over to a shelf with some carnivorous plants. Ah, like this magnificentious Dionaea muscipula. He points to a Venus flytrap on the main display shelf. Oh, the tales they could spin. I guess they're a little more exotic than most plants. It looks fairly plain to me. Excuse me, are you talking to us? Who, me? No, this fellow right here. He points a finger rather condescendingly at the plant. The plant is talking to you. Very. This was not very kind. I'm pushed back gently but firmly, so I'm being protected from something. Or someone. I'm not really sure what's going on. I'll handle this, Mr. Duroy. Now, good sir, is there a problem? I see. Well, that certainly is... Oh dear. Yes. I can fathomize why you might be somewhat cross. No. My companion's a friend of all plants. All right, Mr. Duroy? Well, if we're not counting what happened at City Hall... Please just say yes, sir. This fellow's got quite the killer instinct. Might even be a trained assassin. The flies, maybe. If there's any intent to kill, it's from Basil's glare. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I got hit on the head one too many times in training recently. Yes, I love plants. Big fan. See, it was all but a simplistic misunderstanding. What? Now, there's no reason for that kind of language, sir. Mr. Duroy, I think it is best that we be off. I do not like this individual. Farewell, I say. Oh, now that is crossing a line. The ground starts to rumble and Basil is shaking. I barely reach out my hand when he suddenly... Oh, no. You shall rue this day. I swear it. Prepare to suffer. It takes less than a second for the bustling marker to transform to a cacophony of chaotic screams. People running for cover, jumping over shelves, merchants unsure whether Basil or the crowd pose a bigger threat to their livelihoods. Alright, I think that's enough marketing for one day, Basil. What say we go get ourselves a nice cup of... Crush! Retaliate! Exterminate! It takes all my might just to drag him along. And the only reason I can do that much is because a tiny part of Basil still recognises me. It's like trying to wrestle Ahab. Mine is the fun, but just as sweaty. Tell you what, you calm down, we can go and take a nice boat ride, okay? I managed to somehow drag the raging Basil away from the market stand. I've got several splinters in my fingers by the time we're canal side again. But at least Basil's back to normal. Whatever normal means in this case. He's still breathing heavily. The murderous vibe is gone. For now. And he's still wearing his clothes this time. I apologise for my behaviour. That was not very proper of me. I didn't think a harmless little plant could set you off that badly. With all due respect, sir, that fellow was anything but harmless. The things he said about you were most unkind. Gotta admit, I'm almost sad I don't speak plant. I take it the plants of the greenhouse are better behaved? Oh, they have nothing but the kindest words to say about you, Mr. Dornhound and Mr. Droshtoff. This one, however... Wait, the plants talk about me. Of course. We meander along the canals as Basil gives me the down low about the greenhouse plants. Turns out, as Basil said, most plants are far more easygoing, with a far higher opinion of me. At the very least, I don't have to worry about any rose bushes killing me in my sleep. Lucky me. Well, let's stop by here. I point out the Hahn across the street. Basil's eyes slowly hover in its direction. He raises a brow. What is this, Mr. Roy? The Hava Hahn. It's the bar. The bar? As in the object you walk under while dancing? I have seen it on the TV. No, it's a place where you can meet up for drinks and snacks. But I can have drinks and snacks at home. It's a social thing. You can meet new people or just hang out with your friends. Hang out? Yeah, you just... I put my hands in the pockets of my sweatpants. You talk, have drinks, dance a little. But I can do that at home. You, Mr. Dornhound and Mr. Droshtoff are my friends, and you are always around to have drinks with. No, I have never seen any of you dance. What does Mr. Droshtoff do when he listens to music? He takes out a lawn chair and just lays there staring up at the sky. Not much of a dancer. Would you like to? Dance, I mean. Will there be a bar involved? I think we can arrange one. I beckon him across the crosswalk, just as the driver in the car waiting in the intersection starts honking at him. He runs towards me, offering said driver a wave I'm not sure he'd appreciate. At least he speeds away without any name-calling. It doesn't really look like a place for drinking, Mr. Leroy. It resembles a church. It used to be one, actually. But it got wrecked during the war and no one wanted to fix it up after. Ah. So there was a war here? Almost 100 years ago, yeah. Do you think Mr. Droshtoff fought in this war? He's quite old. He'd have to be over 100 years old for that, Basil. I think he's, early 50s? I should ask him at some point, even if it's just to figure out when his birthday is so I can get him a present. But then how did he get hold of his scars? I thought you'd know. You basically grew up with him. I remember him speaking while the plants grew. I remember feeling sad. I do not remember what he said. Maybe at some point he'll tell you, when he's ready. I mean, he told me. I do think it's a secret. It's not a secret, it's just some things are difficult for people to talk about. Remember how you went out of control when we asked you if you remembered where you came from? I do. It was horrifying. The thing is, I do not know why. It's kind of like that. You can't always force those kind of things, if you want to know. I see. He pouts. That feels strangely unsatisfying. That's just life. You don't always know. There's a lot of things I don't know. But I intend to find out nevertheless. I open the Hounds' doors for him. That's the spirit. I guess I'll have to follow your example. The bar is as welcoming as always. I've missed it. Lou's been insisting that I join them, but recent events have had me exhausted. We'll have to fix that. Basil's looking around like he's cataloguing the place. For a gathering place, this is much quieter than I was expecting. You should see the place on Saturday night. People crammed into every little spot, wall to wall. How exciting! I would love to see that, Mr. Roy. Maybe once you're a bit more acclimated to the city, sure. I pray I won't regret that promise. I can practically feel his grin. I kind of like coming here early. It's nice when it's quiet, you can actually hear yourself think. Plus there's less risk of renting one of my many exes, or... Wow, look who it is! Oh no. Out of all the days I chose to go out on the tap, it had to be today. Dad, what are you doing here? You're helping out old Willem for the afternoon. He's out shopping. You look like you're dragged through a hedge backwards. I can't say that's necessarily inaccurate. Dad's eyes scan Basil like he's inspecting a building for fire safety. I pray he doesn't say anything embarrassing. You on a date, son? And thanks, universe. What? No, I'm just... You could stand up to dress up a little more if you want to take one home. With friends like these... Dad, it's not what you think. Because if you're dating out of your league, you gotta... Dad! What? I'm just showing a friend around. I think you heard about what happened down at City Hall. Well, the plants. I saw it on the news. Well, I saw City Hall. Well, he told me as much as he could. Is it all true? I've got living proof right here. Dad, Basil. Basil, this is my father, Baron de Roy. Your father? Family resemblance doesn't give it away? Don't be stealing my lines, son. Sorry, couldn't resist. We took him in when he's only about yay big. Dad makes a little gesture with his hands. Raised him as if he were our own, and I couldn't be prouder of my boy. That's not unlike what Mr. Dronstoff means to me, I suppose. You're an orphan too, then, Basil. Perhaps, in a manner of speaking. My situation is rather strange. I was born out of a floral art piece, if you can believe it. I can tell Dad's trying really hard not to blow a gasket. Son, I'm starting to worry about where you get all your friends from lately. Hey, I'm not to blame for what happened at City Hall. If you need anyone to interrogate, ask Willem's evil, lovely niece. Ah, yes, it's thanks to her, in part, that myself and many of my botanical brethren now roam free. We're still figuring out how to deal with most of the other plant creatures, but Mido has some ideas on how they could benefit the city. Anyway, that's all the result of what happens when you combine a prehistoric piece of amber, some plant material, a secret growth formula, and industrial-grade pesticide. I'm still coming to terms with the fact that sentient plants now walk among us. The wooden floor creaks under Dad's feet. So, if you're all bark and resin, exactly how flammable are you? You can't just ask someone that. Oh no, it's quite alright, Mr. Roy. We ran some preliminary tests back home. It turns out the sap that runs through my veins is not of the highly incendiary type. Huzzah! I would summarise my susceptibility to catching fire as decidedly average. Dad turns to me and whispers in my ear. You alright up in there? Yeah, he's just new to, well, everything. Yeah, if you say so. Well, any friend of Alex's is a friend of mine. Except for a meal fella. Never liked him much. So what, you taking him out of the town showing what Schippersburg is all about? Positively, I cannot wait to experience more of your culture. Well, if you don't want culture, we can head up Kadu next. A couple of centuries worth of Batavian art ought to teach you a thing or two. Not so fast there, Junior. You all didn't just come here to casually info blitz me and then dip. That's not how we do things here. We did actually come here to get something to drink, and... So you're going to sit your behinds down right there? I'm getting a real crash course in Batavian culture. Some proper Batavian bock beer for candle bruches on the house. I don't know if alcohol is a good idea, Dad. Basil's pretty new to the world. I'm thousands, if not millions of years older than you, Mr. De Roy. I think I can handle some Batavian bock. That's the spirit. Let's enjoy like some civilized people. Will there be dancing soon, Mr. De Roy? Maybe once my dad has had enough to drink, there will be. Turns out he didn't even need that much. I haven't fully recovered by the time we finally make it up Kadukt, but I welcome the change of pace. The place sure feels a lot more peaceful once you're not being violently repelled from one wall to the next by pirates. So this is Obkadukt. It's very quiet in here. It reminds me of the greenhouse. Do you think they have plants here? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had some fossils on display. I guess now's not the time to joke about Basil fitting right in. I might feel right at home if you'll allow me the quip. Oh, he could be a step ahead of me. Can't help but smile. We barely made it past the main room when a familiar face speeds towards us. Mr. De Roy, how do you do? It's rare to see you here on a weekday. Shouldn't you be... She leans in close, hiding her mouth with her hand even if there's no one else in the lobby. Out with the dawn, Hound? Oh no, I'm just showing a new friend of ours around town for the day. Ah, this is the fellow I've been hearing so much about. Basil, Fenner, Basil. Delighted to make your acquaintance, Fenner. The pleasure is mine, Basil. I'm guessing Lou gave you the details. They did. I didn't imagine him looking quite like this. Why, he's almost like a saber-toothed tiger. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? A good thing, I assure you. It's just, they've been extinct for quite some time. Thousands of years, in fact. We're suspecting might actually be a saber-toothed tiger. Sort of. Sort of? There might be a little bit of plant mixed in there. A little bit of... She tilts her head, exasperated. I'll have to ask Mimi about this when I get the chance. In any case, I'm delighted you come to visit us, Basil. I too am delighted I've come to visit you, Fenner. How have you been finding Schippersburg? It must have been quite the culture shock. I haven't been shocked so far, but the city has been thrilling. I've had some disgusting cheese, took a swim in the canals, and the kind old man at the gay bar gave me a free candle brochure. We've had quite a day. Well, the gallery's as good as a place as any to take a break. We still have the Money Talks gown on display. I think you'll love it, Basil. Has anyone tried to steal it since last time? They haven't, though it's bound to leave our collection soon through more legitimate means. It's going to be hard to imagine the gallery without it. You'd need a new centrepiece. To be honest, it's a challenge I relish. I've wanted to show more avant-garde art, something that really challenges the viewer. I don't mean to keep you from your day out, Mr. Roy. Come see me if there are any issues. And don't worry about the entrance fee. I'll waive it for you. Will do, Fenner. Thanks. So this is, what did you call it? Art? Yep. What do you think? Does it pass muster? It has no arms, Mr. Roy. How could it pass mustard? I mean, do you like it? It's very fascinating. What does it mean? Well, what do you think it means? I think it brings to mind just how precarious the balance of our ecosystem truly is, and how we must be careful not to upset it, lest it tip over and be beyond saving. Well, that was surprisingly verbose. Did I get it right? What did I win? I don't know. Maybe? Oh, it's all about interpretation and imagination. As for a prize, I don't have any. Ah, boo. I should very much like to try my own hand at it one of these days. At art? Why, yes. If it's all about interpretation and imagination, I have oodles of them to spare. If you could paint, what would you paint? I have a myriad ideas, Mr. Leroy. Here we see an idyllic village seen by famed painter. Ah, what is this? Oh, I think you tripped the sense of the audio guide. It explains a bit about each painting. Apparently this used to be what Schippersburg looked like in the past. It wasn't always so large. No, it used to be a tiny port town. What is a port? The kind of place ships come to and go from. That was hundreds of years ago, though. What changed? Eventually, there's so many people coming and going, the village had to expand to house them all. They dug more and more canals to house the aquatic species, too. It became the biggest city in Batavia by a mile. A mile's not that large a distance, Mr. Troy. I thought you of all people would know that. I meant that figuratively. Will we be able to go to other cities someday? Maybe, if I convince Milo and the Dawn how to go camping at some point. Oh, goody. Inspiration has struck. I must paint. Well, if you want to paint, there's a canvas in the lobby they put out for kids. I guess it's okay if we use that, right? Take me there at once. Yes, sir. So, how was Basil's first day out on town? Systems only registered a handful of catastrophes. I'm almost impressed. If that was within the line of expectations, I understand why he sent me on this errand in this place. Well, I'd say it went... what's the word I'm looking for? Basil? It was absolutely magnificent. Not the first words that come to mind, but I'll take it. Oh, really? Oh, Mr. Troshov, the things I got to see with my own eyes. I got to float in the city's canals, savour some highly unpleasant cheese, and mingled with the very lively populace of this fair city. Why, they were simply screaming in excitement. That or abject terror. It is hard to tell the difference. There may have been a transitory moment of panic after a mild disagreement with the most dangerous individual. The look I get has me more than a little worried. Dangerous? Would you care to elaborate, Alex? I sidled up closer to Milo and whispered in his ear hole. I think he may have engaged in verbal warfare with... a plant. I see. Well, that would not be the first time that happened. I beg your pardon? Never mind, for now. Milo straightens himself and forces a smile once more. I trust you took care of this individual without resorting to violence, Basil. For once, the prehistoric cat doesn't quite know what to say. Well, if you mean to ask whether I had the opportunity to... No plants were harmed during this outing. Can confirm. I saw to it myself. At no small risk of my own safety. Let's not get into details here. Good. Then we can consider this mission successful. I don't know whose relief is more palpable, mine or Basil's. He really hasn't been in any trouble for the most part. I am glad to hear it, because I am assigning to be Basil's personal escort for foreseeable future. Oh. Ah, how delightful. I guess my days as a tour guide have only just begun. I better be getting hazard pay for this. My phone rings right as I'm about to head home. Hello? Hello, Alex. It's Fenna. Do you think Basil could stop by again soon? Well, why? Well, we had an investor stop by right after you left, and he happened to see Basil's drawings in the foyer. I most remember him splattering paint on a canvas randomly. He wants to see a collection. A collection? Yes, thinks there's a lot of potential, and I do as well. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll be sure to tell him that. I barely put my phone away when Basil comes running towards me from the greenhouse. Is everything okay? Absolutely. I just wanted to thank you for standing up for me, Mr. DeRoy. Don't mention it. It's the least I could do. You're learning. Besides, nor is like to feel out of place in the world, trying to find your way. Though maybe not quite to the same extent as you. I make a fist and playfully tap his shoulder. Was that a reprimandatory attack for bad behaviour? What? No. It's how some of us show affection. It's a friendly gesture. Promise. Ah, I see. Then allow me to reciprocate. Basil balls his fist and I can see the tension in his arm. Oh, wait. You're not supposed to... Pain. Thank you for a most fantastic day, my friend. I will have you know that every plant, every flower, every fern has a story to tell. Sometimes entire novels. Ah, like this magnificentious Dionaea muscipula. Oh, the tales they could spin. I guess a little more exotic than most plants. It looks fairly plain to me. What was that you just said to me, you wanker? You're calling me mundane? Excuse me, are you talking to us? Who, me? No, this fellow right here. The plant is talking to you. Verily, and it was not very kind. I'll handle him, Mr. DeRoy. Now, good sir, is there a problem? The problem is that slobbering patchwork excuse for a dog next to you. Just thinks he's got some spots arbitrarily scattered all about. Thinks he's better than me, what? I see. Well, that certainly is. I'll have you know, we Dionaea muscipula are quite the refined and varied lot. Oh dear, yes, I can fathomise why you might be somewhat cross. On behalf of all plants, I demand a formal written apology signed Thursday by Mr. Botanophobe over there. Or is it that the twat can't be asked? No, my companion's a friend of all plants. Right, Mr. DeRoy? Well, if we're not counting what happened in City Hall. Please just say yes, sir. This fellow's got quite the killer instinct. Might even be a trained assassin. The flies, maybe. I heard that, you tosser. Yes, I love plants. Big fan. I see. It's all but a simplistic misunderstanding. The only simplistic thing here is that much singular remaining brain cell he thinks that squares it. A what? Half a mind to turn him a Rorschach painting and be doing his parents a favour. Now, there's no reason for that kind of language, sir. What are you going to do about it, you walking pasture? Want to have a go at me too, is that it? Mr. DeRoy, I think it's best that we be off. I don't like this individual. Yeah, turn tail, why don't you? Cowards, a lot of you. Farewell, I say. Go crawl back to the greenhouse you came from. Tell who have pruned your head to go back to botany school. Oh, now that is crossing a line. You shall rue this day, I swear it. Prepare to suffer. That's how you want to play it, mate? Well, let's have it, eh? I'll send you back to the compost heap where you belong. Crush! Retaliate! Exterminate! That was the pocket issue. And if you notice here, the title on the screen for the pocket issue is different to my video title. It's fun to come up with different titles, and I thought of one literally while I was recording this, so I'll be using that one. And if you're not sure where it comes from, our patrons will know. Yes, I do have a Patreon. And as always, I want to say thank you to all my donors on Ko-fi and Patreon, and these links are getting more and more difficult to do, trust me. Also, special mention to my top patrons: Omar, Spiderling, Smuto, Tiger Cub, Amaterasu, Alamea, Raylock, Gracious Yevon, Andy Peng, Aaron Fox, Bastian, Bieka, Brian Hall, Nova Starburn, Goodwoods Visser, Exac, Riz, Obviously Mouse Productions, Evan King, Kartek, and Matt Kenya. And yeah, with this, Basil's lines are always so fun to do and sometimes take a few attempts. But he's a very fun character to voice, trust me, I love doing these ones. And coming up next week is something. Yeah, I still haven't got all the schedule down. I am going to be checking out a few new VNs during the week when I have some time. So there will be probably something new starting soon. But I don't have anything in place right now. I can tell you there's more after class coming up in August. We'll have more Monitor Hotel, some Socially Awkward quite soon. And yeah, other things will be coming up, some short stories. And I'll be starting work on a project for later in the year as well, which will be up on the channel. But you'll have to wait a few months to see what that is. But I'll let the patrons know ahead of time. So hopefully everyone enjoys that, because it's going to be quite a bit of work to put into. But anyway, yeah, that was the Glory Hounds Pocket Edition 3. I still have to do number 1 sometime. I'll try and get around to that, maybe this summer. We'll see. But for now, thanks for watching. Bye for now.